Hey everybody, I am David, and today I'm going to be talking about Arrow Season 5, Episode 12, Bratva. And Oliver and the team go to Russia. You know, it's been a while since Oliver was in Russia, unless you're counting the flashbacks. Then he's been there practically all this season so far. And now we get them going to Russia in the present day. And the last time Oliver was there, he was back in season 2, which they kind of made a few references to the last time they were there, including meeting Antonelli, who was in the flashbacks as well in this episode. And I was curious at how this was going to go down. I was thinking, was he going to somehow be connected to Prometheus? And did he send Prometheus to go kill Oliver? Who knows? But it looks like no. It looks like there is a little bit of some patch-up job that they kind of made amends over what happened last time. I did like the team dynamic really in this episode. None of them were really in the costumes except for Ragman, Rory, who did a really cool job at the end there, sacrificing himself to stop that bomb from causing more destruction than it really could. It really gave Rory, in my opinion, his time to shine, I guess. And he's been a really pretty cool character this season. I like this new team that Oliver has developed. You know, I wasn't too sure about them in the beginning, but I've grown to really like them as the season had continued. Obviously, Curtis, we've gotten to know a little bit more because he was part of season 4. But then we also have Wild Dog, you know, who is helping Lance in this episode. You know, he's helping Lance dealing with this interview that he's going to go up, and helping him with some questions that might come up. And, you know, Lance didn't like it at first, but, you know, there was some really good conversations between the two. And I like the one, especially the last scene when Wild Dog was telling Lance about when he was a kid and how Lance actually saw him when he was a kid and gave him some advice that, hey, you can be, you know, something more one day. And that's what inspired him. And I think that's going to inspire Lance now to look more forward to the future and, you know that he can inspire just as much as his daughter did, which I thought was a really nice moment between those two characters. And something, you know, I like seeing characters that we never got to see interact much before, interact a lot more, because let's see what you can get from this. And this was really nice to get something like that from these two characters. And I'm glad Lance is finally, you know, out of rehab and acting normal again. I didn't like emo Lance. Whenever these characters, they go emo, you know, I think they're going to cut their wrists or something. It's like, come on, Lance, you're better than this. You were so good last season. And well, until your daughter died, but he seemed like he was holding up all right. But this episode seems to get him back on track. Hopefully, the writers have a really good idea with Lance going forward, because there are so many characters, and I'm going to guess they're hard to balance all of them. But I think they're doing a decent job. Now they're getting rid of Rory, so looks like they're not going to be using him for a while. Theo wasn't in this episode. Apparently she went on a business trip. So then we also have this new Black Canary, okay? We didn't get to see her in costume yet. She used her powers briefly. But I like Dinah in this episode. I wasn't too sure about her in last week's episode. Maybe because of the situation how she was introduced more as, you know, someone who didn't really want to work with them. But now seeing her as part of the team, I actually liked her a little bit better. And I can see a little bit of Sarah Lance in her. It seems like they're giving a little bit of Sarah's touch in this new Dinah character. But yeah, from what I saw, I like that little talk that her and Oliver had in the truck. Diggle is also losing it almost, and I like that, you know, Oliver was the one to tell them, look, you guys got to be the ones that are more pure than I am, because if I lose it, that's okay, but you guys got to be the one to show them, to prove to Prometheus that not all of us are like me. And there was kind of a little bit of a original Team Arrow loving there, which I really enjoyed, because I think the first 2 seasons of Arrow were great, mostly because of that dynamic between Oliver, Felicity, and Diggle. And I'm not saying that, Oliver and Felicity should be in a relationship. I hope that relationship doesn't happen, because clearly that does not work, because Felicity, they don't know how to handle her when she's in a relationship, when she gets all in drama mode. We don't want to see that Felicity no more. I love Felicity the way she's back to normal now, and I hope they carry on with her that way. If she wants to be in a relationship, there's many other men out there, maybe even women too, that will date Felicity. And yeah, guys, the flashbacks have been really cool. I feel like they're really going somewhere with this. All this season, the flashbacks have been pretty interesting on where they're going. Now, Oliver's going to have to kill the Russian guy who beat up Anatoly in the flashbacks. He's put in the hospital now. Oh my god. Things are going to get heated up. I mean, this is episode 12, and I believe we have 22 episodes. That means there's only 10 more episodes left this season. And I think a lot is going to be happening. This season feels a lot more tighter than last season, which to me felt like there was a lot of filler, especially in the flashbacks. Nothing really happened in the flashbacks last season. There were some episodes here and there, but and season 3 too, the flashbacks were worthless. I think season 3 was the most boring flashbacks. Season 4, yeah, it wasn't great either. But this season seems to put the flashbacks back on track, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how they end this in 10 more episodes, because that's it for the flashbacks after this. And Oliver's supposed to end up with a long beard and mustache and his hair is supposed to be longer before he gets back to the island. So I don't know how they're going to end it, but Oliver is still not looking like what he's supposed to look like when we see him at the beginning of season 1. But I trust these writers. Hopefully they deliver, and very excited. So with that being said, this was a really good episode, guys. I really like that we got to see them without the suits, without the superhero elements. It's nice to get those type of episodes once in a while. We got those episodes before in the past. And I think the last time they went to Russia, they didn't have the suits. So it was really cool to see them out of the superhero element and just going on a mission together, like a group of, like Mission Impossible, and kicking ass. And I like that. I liked that we got to see this. And with that being said, like my video if you agree with me. Comment below and tell me what you guys thought of the episode, especially if you're a huge fan of Arrow. I'm probably leaving some stuff out. Even anything negative you have to say about this episode, leave that in the comment section below. I read the comments, negative and positive comments. I don't mind the negative people personally. I have a video right now that has like 20 likes and 30 something dislikes. I don't care, because that's people's opinions on that video. If I didn't do a good job on that video, if they didn't like my opinion, they're allowed to say whatever they want. So I'm cool with negative and positive comments. Go ahead. And until next time, guys, next time on Arrow, can't wait. I haven't seen the trailer yet, so I don't know what I'm waiting for, but it's going to be something awesome. And tomorrow is going to be my DC recap. I'll be recapping all the DC TV shows tomorrow, and that includes Supergirl and Legends and Flash. And with that being said, take care.